Have you ever read a book, finished it, loved it, and then completely blanked out on the majority of it when you're trying to describe it to someone else? I have been in the same boat. And if you're a writer, it's even worse because that story might have had the spark that you needed for your next scene or character arc, but it just slipped right through your fingers because you forgot it. Well, whether you're a writer looking to generate better ideas or a reader who just wants to actually remember the incredible stuff that you're reading, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you a super simple but ridiculously effective way to take notes while you read. I'm not talking about in a boring, oh my God, I'm back in school kind of way. But I am talking about in a this will totally change how you read and what you get out of it kind of way. You'll learn how to remember more, understand more, and if you're a writer, use what you read as creative fuel for your own work. And if you're a reader, this system is going to help you just hang on to those really great ideas, those emotions and the insights that actually moved you in the book instead of just losing them as soon as you're done reading. I'm going to talk about how to do it, why it works, and the easiest way to get started, and I promise it's not going to feel like a chore. So if you're tired of finishing books only to forget them, or if you're sitting on a pile of half highlighted pages wondering what the heck to do with them now, keep watching. This method might just change how you read forever. You may be like me and your books end up looking something like this after you're done, with maybe little sticky tabs and lots of notes, highlights in the margins. If that's you, keep watching because I'm going to talk about how to actually take that chaos and turn it into something magical. So let's get started. We're going to talk first about literature notes. These are your in the moment reactions as you're reading. It's not a summary of what you read. It's not a quote that you copied that you really liked. It's just real gut level takeaways. Here's how you do it. As you're reading, write down anything that grabs your attention. Maybe it's a striking phrase or a brilliant idea, a character choice that made you stop and think. But, and this is the key, write it in your own words. Don't copy it from the book or highlight it in the book. You may be wondering why. Well, it's because paraphrasing something is going to force your brain to engage. It's going to mean the difference between skimming and actually thinking. You're not just absorbing the author's language, even though it may be incredible and wonderful, but you want to translate it into your own mental framework. This will help you remember more because you were working to really understand it, clarify your thinking because when you reword things, it's going to reveal gaps, and build your own voice and insights instead of just parroting someone else. When doing this, try writing down your emotional reaction as well. Was there something that made you mad? Was there something that inspired you or confused you? Because that reaction is telling you what matters to you. So don't skip it. Let's say you're reading a memoir and you jot down, this part hit me really hard. Her guilt about surviving felt exactly like what I went through in my life. That note that you took might mean more to you than a beautifully written quote ever could, because you made it personal. You might be wondering right now if you should be doing this while you're reading or after you finish a chapter. My answer really is to do whatever doesn't kill the flow for you. If you're deep in the story, just flag the page, and wait till you come to your stopping point and then go back and do your note. But if you're not in that flow and you're reading along and something really hits you, then don't wait because that moment does matter. Go ahead and take your note. And taking literature notes, it works whether you're reading fiction or nonfiction. You may have been wondering that. So if you're reading fiction, literature notes are where your favorite metaphors live. What I mean by that is this line really made me gasp kind of moments. If you're a writer, capture how the author pulled off that scene. And if you're a reader, you can note why it moved you. Both are gold. It doesn't matter if you're a reader or a writer or both. Now we're going to level up. Once you've got a handful of literature notes, go back and refine the strongest ones into atomic notes. Now, atomic notes are bite-sized, standalone insights that could live on their own without any context. And you want one idea per note. Just to clarify that a little bit more, here's the test with atomic notes. If you reread this note in 6 months, does it still make sense? Would it spark something? If the answer is yes, then you nailed it. For example, if you read Prometheus Bound and you noted in your note, Zeus becomes a tyrant after taking power, that's what we would call the literature note. Now, to turn that into an atomic note, you would say new leaders often rule harshly at first to consolidate their power. Why does this matter? Because atomic notes actually connect. They're going to build bridges across different books and genres and topics. When you read a different book later and the author is echoing the same idea, then those are linked for you. So now you're not just remembering facts, you're building a network of ideas that really matter to you. When you're reading, this means the things that you care about likely keep resurfacing. You'll understand your reading tastes a little bit better, and you'll build a deeper appreciation for craft and content. You could actually go really deep on this and examine why you're preferring these themes in your reading or your writing. I'm not a therapist, but maybe it's something you want to discuss with your therapist. Writers, this is your idea lab. These atomic notes, they become your fuel. In your writing, they may become your themes, your essay topics, your character flaws, your plot twists, and you'll stop needing inspiration because you'll be sitting on a vault of your original interconnected insights. I'll give you another example. Maybe you read the book, The Body Keeps the Score, and you take a literature note which says, trauma lodges in your body. Later, you read the fiction book Room by Emma Donoghue and notice that the main character's movements and her body posture reflects the trauma she's gone through. So you would make an atomic note. Authors often show emotional pain through physical description. See how those two books, while wildly different, carry the same theme. And once you have that atomic note that authors show emotional pain through physical descriptions, that idea can be something you can build a story around if you're a writer, or you can comment about it in your next book club. Hey, I noticed this particular theme throughout the book and thought it was interesting how the author used her physical reactions to show the trauma she's been through. Or maybe you just sit with it because it helps you understand yourself a little bit better. So now that we've talked about the literature notes and the atomic notes, let's talk about the tools that you use to take notes. What's the best way to do it when you're reading? Well, it's going to vary for everyone. And if you're old school like me, you might want to use a notebook or sticky tabs, write in the margin. Whatever works for you, do that. If you're more of a digital person, you can use Notion, Evernote, Apple Notes on your phone, whatever gives you a search capability in an easy way that you can find stuff again. You can get really detailed with this. You can tag your notes by theme or by book. You can link your atomic notes to each other, or you can create folders. Now, if that's getting a little too detailed for you and it sounds like it might ruin the joy of the written word and reading, then just chill. You don't have to do that. Just start small. Pick one book. Try making one literature note per chapter in that book. Then distill that into one or two atomic notes from the entire book. That's it. That alone will help you retain the information. Also, if you're a writer, one of the best things you can do is to take notes about the writing. For example, how did the author hook you? When did you stop caring about a character? And why did you stop caring about a character? These notes will teach you more about writing than any craft book ever will. Okay, let's wrap this all up. Literature notes are going to help you capture your reactions. Atomic notes will help you refine and reuse those ideas. And both together, they turn reading into a lifelong tool for thinking, creating, and connecting. So now you're not just remembering your books, you're actually using them. Please let me know in the comments your thoughts. Do you take notes when you read? Do you use a highlighter? Do you write in the margins? Do you use sticky notes, full-blown journals, or is this something that is just totally brand new to you? And if this helped you, please hit like, subscribe, tap the bell. It really helps my channel. I do videos once a week that dig into character development, emotional tension, and books that inspire those kind of things. You can also join my book club using the link in the description below if you want sneak peeks of my new romantic thriller, The Water's Edge, early access, and exclusive content. Thanks for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you next time.